Ok, ahora vamos a mirar cómo usar hay que y se prohíbe. Um, you're going to be using these phrases to give your presentation. Now, let me go ahead and share. Okay, and go ahead and be on página 19 en tu libro, en su texto. And you will notice in the little sheet there in the middle, hay que y se prohíbe. And so let's talk about that, the usage of that. Now, when we use hay que, you use the words hay que plus an infinitive. You do not conjugate that verb of what you're going to describe that you're going to do. And that's hay que is a phrase that means one must or one needs to. And it's in the sense of something in general, people in general. It's not specifically a person. Whereas when you use, as we did it as for review of Spanish 1, the verb tener. Tengo que estudiar español. That's a specific person. I have to study Spanish. But when you say, hay que estudiar español, you're not talking about someone in specifically, you're talking about like the whole class in general. And I might say to everyone, hay que estudiar español, mucho, you know? And so what I'm saying is one must or one needs to study Spanish a lot. All right. And then se prohíbe means it is forbidden. And also, like I said, in vocabulary, you can translate it. It's prohibited, but try to use forbidden. And that is for things that you cannot do. And it goes with the same method. It's you use se prohíbe plus an infinitive. Do not conjugate the verb that comes after se prohíbe. So I'm sure you know what an infinitive is. It's the most basic form of a verb, and they are in Spanish, they end in AR, ER, and IR. It names an action. It is a verb, but the infinitive doesn't tell who's doing the action. Whereas when you conjugate it, you know who's doing it and when it's being done. So let's keep going here. And sorry, I have a mess on my desk. So use hay que to express an obligation. Like I said, it literally means one must do something or one needs to do something. So unlike tener que, this expression, it doesn't specify who. So for example, the sentence on the bottom, hay que hacer preguntas. One must ask questions. So notice the right here, hacer preguntas, sorry. Hay que, and then this is in the infinitive. Here's some more examples. Hay que traer los materiales a la clase. One must bring the materials to class. Or supplies, but it's materials, I think, in your vocabulary. Let me just check that real quick. Supplies, materials, uses both, so either or is fine. Usted tiene que traer los materiales a la clase. You notice here, this is showing the difference. This is using hay que, and then this is using tiene que, tener que. Notice tener que has usted. It's a specific person, where hay que, I'm not speaking about anyone specifically, just everybody. Usted tiene que traer los materiales a la clase. You have to bring supplies to class. Hay que prestar atención. One must pay attention. Now, tienes que prestar atención is you must You have to, sorry, not must. You have to pay attention. Hay que llegar a tiempo a las clases. One must or one needs to arrive on time to class. Now, se prohíbe, you want to use this plus the infinitive to express what you are not allowed to do. Se prohíbe hablar durante un examen. So notice you use the phrase se prohíbe, and then you have the infinitive form of talk. So this sentence means it is forbidden or it is prohibited to speak during a test, an exam. Now, go ahead and do these on your own. Pause it and translate these to Spanish. They're in English here. Translate them to Spanish. Pause it. All right. Now, one needs to study. Hay que estudiar. You have to study. Do you see here? The subject is specific. It's you, so you would use the verb tener. Tú tienes que estudiar or tienes que estudiar. Talking is prohibited. So, se prohíbe hablar. Now, this was just something to do in class with them to get practice of the presentation that they're going to be doing. If you want to just, be looking over the rules, for example, on page 19, you can see rules such as up at the top, hay que llevar el carnet de identidad. Hay que traer los materiales a la clase. Hay que pedir ayuda si no entiende. So one must ask for help if you do not understand. And then underneath, the part underneath, you see se prohíbe. I'm on page 19 if you're a little lost here. Se prohíbe ir al armario durante la clase. Se prohíbe almorzar en la sala de clases. So use this to help you figure out your rules that you're going to be presenting for your class. And you can choose whatever class you want it to be. Just another example, se prohíbe comer en la sala de clase. Eating in class is prohibited, or eating in class is forbidden. Okay.